It's Jasmine Brand with thejasminebrand.com, and I'm here with Chrisette Michele. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
I miss you on TV, so I'm really glad to see you in person. I'm glad you're here. Let's jump right in with music. Your new single is out, Steady. Can you talk about it a little bit?
We went in the studio and we had some fun. I'd like to create like a playful environment for this album and in the studio and just sort of bring that to the audience. So it's been really fun to hear everybody's response.
Yeah, people really love it. I feel like it has like a hip hop sort of undertone to it. What inspired the song?
My life, really, and just the more fun things about it. The car that I drive, the shoes that I wear, the hair. Just the fun girl stuff. I just wanted something I could dance to and rock out to. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're working on our fifth. Is this our fifth studio album?
Right? Yeah.
That's 5 is big.
That's crazy.
Not that other ones aren't big, but 5 is really big.
5 is a huge number. Yeah.
So
I'm proud of that.
How far along are you in the process with the album?
We're just about done. We're at the point in the album where you start picking out who you want to feature, different rappers and things like that.
Okay. What's your recording process, or I guess your writing process like? Are you like at a home, or while you're out on the road, or is it like, do you go on vacation? Like, what's that process like?
I like to be right behind the microphone. I like the first thing that comes to mind when I hear the music to be what I record. I don't like to overthink it, and then if it doesn't work, I just won't use it. But I'd rather not try to make believe I thought something else.
Okay. At this point, what do you feel like the project is going to feel like or sound or?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be up-tempo.
Okay.
The ballads are big ballads with a heavy bass line, so they have like almost like a pop feel to them. But nothing is soft and gentle. Everything is hit you over the head.
Okay. What's the most challenging part of creating an album?
Hoping that it's approved.
Okay.
Now that I have my own record label, the approval process is a lot different. Of course, I'm on the board of approval, and that makes it a lot easier. But there are still people who are paying for things, funding things, sponsoring things, and you want to make sure that everybody's happy with the product.
Okay. Now, I know you have a lot of moving parts. I was on your website. What's the latest with Rich Hipster in general?
Sure. So Rich Hipster is multifaceted. It's a blog site, it's a record label, and it's a social media marketing company. And so I'm having a lot of fun being the CEO of that and just learning what it means to bring people together in a work environment and test different personalities to see who works well together because it is a team effort.
Okay. Well, I mean, you have a lot going on too, because I was listening to a podcast and then I'm watching your series.
So like just on the blog in general. Yeah.
No, I was going to ask you. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you. Is it hard for you to kind of juggle all those things along with the album?
I think after 10 years, juggling is what I have down. I think the hard part is the silence, and when the juggling's not happening, I'm like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? Something's wrong. Mm-hmm. So like for New Year's, for instance, I had like 4 days off.
Nice.
Like January 1st to 4th, and I was like losing it because that's uncomfortable for me.
Okay, I get it. Is your brother? Is he signed to you? Because we watched him on the show, and he was going to be your on the label
artist. Yeah. So my brother is my brother.
Okay.
And so he gets to do whatever he wants.
Right. Nice.
If he wants to be an artist, fine. Hey, let's do it.
Right.
So my brother is working on Discipline. I literally just got off the phone with him a few minutes ago. And when he's good with Discipline, then he'll get back into the music thing.
Okay. Cool. Switching gears. Congratulations. We're engaged.
Thank you.
Does it feel any different?
Yeah. I feel like I have a protector, like a covering. I'm literally traveling around the world all the freaking time, and it's nice to know that somebody's there to protect me. Besides a security guard.
Yeah, and because it's your Doug. Do we go by Douglas or Doug?
Doug.
Okay.
I call him by his full name all the time.
Okay, so I'll call him Doug. Mm-hmm. So he's also your manager or bit partner, or?
Yeah. So we started off as manager and artist like 12 years ago, like way before I got signed. And then when we got into the music industry, things got incredibly shaky. Long story short, when it was all said and done, it was all over, we decided that we didn't want to be in this music industry alone. So I started my record label, and then I was like, I don't want to do that without him. And he didn't want to do his life without me, and so we decided to do our lives together.
Before, at the beginning, were you guys just business? or was it a little romance too?
We started off in school as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
So we went to college together. He was studying business, I was studying voice. And we thought that it made so much sense for us to do those things together, and it did. But at the time, I wanted to be an indie artist. I didn't want to be signed to these big, major record labels. And he understood business better than I did. He liked business more than I did. And so it only made sense that he managed me through that process.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you two get past the roadblock?
The roadblock ended. You know, we settled out of court with litigation. I walked away from the major record labels. And then I finally had a moment to sit still. That was a moment of stillness that I needed, because I finally had a chance to remember what I missed about music, and I missed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you know he's the one?
You go out on dates with all these different types of guys and athletes and singers and, you know, political figures, and you keep looking for the qualities that you used to love. And, you know, you say, this is crazy that I'm still thinking about this person this many years. But when you're literally, there are years where, I remember the last time I looked at how many shows I did in a year was 187. I'm literally not moving. I'm always moving. So when I finally sat still, I'm finally not on a major label, I'm finally able to do what I want to do, all of a sudden I realized what I want to do.
Okay.
And that really happened in real life.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are pretty open. Well, not. I was going to say you're pretty open on social media about your relationship, but through the web series, I feel like we've gotten to know him, and you like you know your love life. Were you or are you apprehensive about showing that side?
Sure. I mean, luckily I'm the editor.
Yeah.
You know, it's my camera and my SIM card. So, you know, and it's that simple. I have 2 computers. We love Final Cut Pro, and we have fun with it. And I show the stuff that I want to show. I know sometimes, like, I remember one time I said curses at the end of one of the episodes.
I watched it.
And he was like, baby, I have to take it off. I was like, but baby, I was, you know, that's the space I was in. I want to share that, you know, and we did. So.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you about the episode because based on what I saw, you didn't like the fact that I think someone was interviewing you and they asked him a question. Is that what kind of, or was it something else we didn't see?
No, it wasn't. It was essentially the fact that I wanted to protect him. It's very scary when, like my brothers, for instance, when I bring them into a situation and it's public and they have to put their business on Front Street. They're fine with it. But as the big sister, mother hen, I'm like, oh my God, like, don't hurt him, don't. So, you know, that interview was a great interview, but I was just so afraid of what would happen what if they don't like him? You know, what if they see something that I don't see? You know, just all these scary things.
And you weren't prepared for that?
I wasn't prepared.
Okay.
I didn't even think of it. It didn't even cross my mind.
But he was sitting right there, though.
He was sitting right there. And he was totally comfortable answering. I was like, oh my God, say the right thing, be good.
Yeah, well, I thought it was fun. I liked his answer, but
he always gives good answers.
Yes. Well, that's why he's your man.
He's smarter than I am.
How difficult is it being in a relationship and working with the person?
That's the easy part.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the easy part. I did that with my mom for 10 years.
So you're used to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, has marriage always been important to you, or something that came more important later on?
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
My parents were married for 33 years, and that was just the standard. And so it's just something that I naturally gravitated towards when it was time. But no.
Okay.
I'm not very traditional.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would assume that you're not too traditional. Switching gears here, I've been watching your YouTube series, Becoming Mrs. Ellison. Are you trying to get a show off of that? Only I'm asking because it looked like I felt like I was kind of watching a show.
Wow, that's cool. We've been offered I've been offered shows since I did R&B Divas LA. Like, I was offered deals and given money to produce a show myself. So that's already like in talks.
Okay.
And we're talking about now Becoming Mrs. Ellison be the title of the series that I'll do. So yeah, I didn't do that to get a show. I've been YouTubing for like 5 or 6 years since I did my Audrey Hepburn mixtape years back.
Okay.
I just love YouTube. I'm a YouTube junkie. And so I decided to make my own series.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love the series. What sort of inspired the Becoming Mrs. Ellison's sort of series?
we were going through titles and trying to figure out what to do. And I didn't know that people were going to be so excited that I got engaged. I knew that it was a celebratory moment, but I didn't know that it would give people hope and that people would say Black love exists. I didn't know that that would happen. So I said, okay, this is for them. Part of what I'm experiencing is for them. And as an artist, you decide on your contributions. When you realize that something is meaningful to somebody, you make art from it. And so that's what Becoming Mrs. Ellison is.
Okay. So it's highly likely that in the future we may see a show with you and your fiance and your team and stuff like that. Okay.
Both of our teams colliding in the show. This is happening.
Okay.
Right now it's kind of
happening.
It's happening. But both of our teams colliding, us moving towards the house we're building, and then the big wedding. So yeah, that's happening.
Would it be a So that would be on the show. Okay. Do we have a network yet?
We have a few.
Okay.
So,
That's a great position to be in.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What happened to R&B Divas? LA, is that going to come back or no?
I don't think so, little Mo. Do you know everything she did I thought she made up? So like when I first saw her doing it, I was like, oh my God, that's really fun dance. And she stole it. It's someone else's. Or not.
Or
I
no.
thought that was hers.
Not hers,
but it's everybody's.
Yeah.
But that's what happens, right? Even with Cardi B, you thought that she made up whatever. But me and my friends been saying whatever.
But not like her, though.
Yes, we have. I'm like, Cardi, you stole my whatever. So I made her my Woman Crush Wednesday last week. But yeah, no, I don't think that they're doing it again. It was a really, really fun time, I think, for all of us. And I think that a lot of us were sad to sort of see it, dispelled the way it did. But it is what it is. And I think we're on to bigger and better things.
Perfect. You just mentioned her, but I was going to ask you, because I just listened to your podcast, why do you love Cardi B so much?
You were going to ask me that?
I literally have it in here. Speaking of reality, you recently discussed Love and Hip Hop, Cardi B. Why do you love her so much?
She's so funny. I love to laugh. I think, unfortunately, right, I think everything is funny. So I'm like laughing at people all the time. I mean, I'm joking all the time. If you watch the blog, you'll see I'm just always laughing at something stupid or something silly or something sexy or something. And Cardi B is just sexy, right?
She is. I like her boobs.
She's beautiful,
Yeah.
and then she's hilarious, and then she has all these like silly sayings. It's like,
Do you follow her on Instagram?
I follow her on Instagram, and sometimes it's a little like, what is it? Like you feel like you're misbehaving.
Vulgar or?
No, like I feel like, oh, am I supposed to see that? Do you know what I mean? Like, Cardi. But you keep scrolling, and you're like, ah,
right.
And then she says something funny, and it's funny.
Well, I didn't know she was so popular before the show. Apparently, people were late to the game. Apparently, she's
And that's how it is with reality TV. You find these hometown heroes, or these people who are great in their community, and you bring them to television, and your city's like, well, we already knew this.
Right, right. Y'all late, right?
So I'm from New York.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. So you already knew. Did you already know of Cardi B?
I've heard, but I didn't get to see the fun stuff on TV.
Yeah, you didn't see her in action.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk health a little bit. I know that before you were a practicing vegan, and then you had a health scare. I guess we can call it a health scare. Or
I guess so.
So can you talk about why you decided to change your diet, and then sort of the...
It's such a thing. PCOS is what I have been diagnosed with. And really, really long story short, it just means that sugar affects me differently than it affects a lot of people. And so different things happen. You gain or lose weight. You have moodiness. You have all this different kind of stuff. That's just annoying, right?
Yeah.
And then you have really bad cramps.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks they have them, but they don't have anything on mine. So being vegan, a lot of times there's more sugar involved, especially when you're raw vegan.
Okay.
So the end of my vegan journey was as a raw vegan. I went to my doctor and I said, I don't know what's happening to me. She said, your sugar levels are really high. So we changed my diet from vegan and we tried paleo. And it was so weird and awkward and untrue. And
It didn't work?
well, it just emotionally, or maybe it's spiritually, I'm not sure what space that is. I just didn't want to eat meat.
You don't want to eat
Now,
animals.
you're talking to a girl who wears Louboutins. So it's not about, I don't want to kill animals to eat them.
Right.
I don't know. Is
Okay.
that weird? Maybe it is. I don't know. But so currently I'm working on bringing protein into my life that's vegan protein and not animal protein.
Okay.
We'll see what happens with that. Lots
Okay.
of tempeh happening
Okay.
in my life right now.
Okay. But our cramp situation is better?
Yeah, I mean, it's so many different things.
Yeah.
Managing stress correctly. I've found out that I carry a lot of stress in my shoulders, so I started visiting a chiropractor. Just a lot of things to get zenned out.
Yeah.
You know, to just kind of, meditate and stay in a more meditative space
Yeah.
than I was, because stress really, really affects PCOS.
What is your do you meditate every day? What is your meditation practice?
I'm in a constant state of meditation, and that's what I practice, is to stay, balanced. Otherwise, everything will affect you.
Yeah.
Every single time somebody looks at you funny, oh no, she didn't. I swear to God, that's my word. No. So it's my goal to just stay in a balanced space. you
Okay.
know?